Next up, the transporter erector, the TE, will retract away from Falcon. We will first see the clamp arms begin to open, which are around the second stage, just below the fairing. And there you can see them there, just below the fairing. Once they are fully open, then the TE can retract away from the vehicle, and that's that structure next to the vehicle that you see there on your screen. At T0, ground hydraulic systems will pull the TE even further away from Falcon 9 as it lifts off, and on your screen you can see those clamp arms are opening up. Again, once they are fully open, that TE will begin to retract. And it looks like it's retracting there. It's very slow and steady. The first stage is connected to a launch mount at the base of the TE, but the structure is hinged and will retract away from the vehicle in preparation for launch. And it looks like the TE is now fully reclined. Now at this point in the countdown, both the first and second stage are nearly fully loaded with 1 million pounds of kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen. Both first stage and second stage should finish prop loading about a minute apart from each other. The first stage will finish at T-minus 3 minutes and the second stage at T-minus 2 minutes. Now you can see some white clouds around the vehicle.
Stage 1 LOX load is complete.
It's a good call out that prop loading is complete on the first stage vehicle. Now those white clouds that you see are the chilled gas above the liquid oxygen tank liquid surface that we vent overboard to maintain pressure in the tank as needed. And when that gas comes out in contact with the warmer air, it begins to condense into clouds or water, and that's what you're seeing. At T-minus 60 seconds, Falcon 9 will be in startup. What that means is the rocket's autonomous internal flight computers will have taken over the launch countdown. Just inside T-minus 2 seconds, we will light the Merlin 1D engines for liftoff. Inmarsat's I-6F2 payload continues to be healthy, and the Falcon 9 team is tracking no issues on the vehicle. Weather is still looking green, and the range is ready to support our T0 of 10:59 p.m. Eastern Time. As mentioned earlier, if for some reason we do not launch tonight, we do have a backup opportunity tomorrow at the same time. And with that, we are proceeding into the last couple minutes of the terminal count. Stage 2 LOX loading should have completed, just waiting for a call.
Stage 2 LOX load is complete.
And there it is. Now that prop loading is complete, the vehicle is fully loaded with 1 million pounds of kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen. And you can see a little bit more of those white clouds that I mentioned. That is because we are now venting out the liquid oxygen line on that transporter erector.
Ground gas closeout to starting.
The next event will be at T-minus 1 minute. The internal flight computers will take over the launch countdown, and this is an autonomous vehicle, so it will take us all the way through the entire mission.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
Great news. We are in startup and now just waiting the final call from the launch director.
Launch director, we're go for launch.
And great news, all systems are go for launch of
T-minus
Falcon
30
9
seconds.
with Inmarsat's I-6F2 payload.
And 15 seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engines full power, and liftoff of Falcon 9 and Inmarsat. Go Falcon, go Inmarsat.
Vehicle is pitching that range.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Power range telemetry nominal.
We are just about a minute into flight, and Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from pad 40
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, carrying Inmarsat's I-6F2 payload. We are coming up on max Q here.
Max Q.
And great news, we have just passed through max Q. That is the largest structural load that the vehicle sees on ascent. Now, the rocket is typically needs to go 17,500 miles per hour horizontally in order to avoid being pulled back down to Earth and get into orbit. So you can keep an eye on the stage 1 telemetry. That's on the bottom left hand of your screen there. You can see those 9 M1D engines
And back
burning
engine
bright.
chill has started.
Burning bright there on your screen.